This is Roberto Reed for MMA Plus. I'm here with Bobby Lashley. Bobby, how you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, over in London. I know this isn't your first trip. How does it feel to be officially on the Bellator London card?
Well, right now, I just got a call. So we're just kind of working out the details. I guess nothing is completely official. It's official once we find an opponent and sign contracts. But right now, they called me just to find out if my schedule is open. I think this was really last minute. I got a call last week about the possibilities of being on the card. And I said, hopefully, if my schedule's open, I think I can do it. And right now, it seems like it is. I'm supposed to get a call back either today or tomorrow just to make sure everything's clear. And then after that, we're going to find the opponent, and then we're going to get going.
Because you're in a unique position, as a mixed martial artist and a professional wrestler, you're literally one of the few fighters out there that literally do both together, both disciplines together. You do sports entertainment in professional wrestling and mixed martial arts in conjunction with each other. Take us through how you manage to do that and some of the sacrifices you have to make as a fighter and a professional wrestler to do both, sports you love.
Right. First of all, I'm the only one to do it, and then the only one to do it the right way. The way that I'm able to do it is that there's no training for professional wrestling now for me. I mean, I've been professional wrestling for over 14, 15 years now, so I don't have to train for professional wrestling. So I just train for MMA nonstop. I eat right, I train Muay Thai, I train my boxing, I train my jiu-jitsu, I train my wrestling. So I take all that and move it into my wrestling. So when I wrestle, my wrestling matches are more of a fight. And the time that I need for it is not that often. I mean, we do a week every month and a half to 2 months. So I have plenty of time to train full time. So it's just training, going to do my shows, and then go back to training.
And would that schedule be possible, or would you be able to pursue your mixed martial arts career if you were still in the WWE? Because it's been well documented, the rigors and the pressures placed on you as a professional wrestler in the WWE to, you're always away from home. You're literally doing it 24/7. So, in your opinion, would it be possible to do both?
Full time, no, not a chance. When I was in WWE, it's 4 days a week, every week. There's no possible way that you can do it.
So, you made the jump to TNA quite a few years back now, and you kind of you went back into doing your mixed martial arts. You've been very successful at it as well. Where do you think another win will place you? We don't know your opponent is yet, but do you think you'll be in a title contention picture with another win?
I have to be in the title contention. I have to be. Right now, five fights with them in 5 finishes. I have to be in title contention. I'm just waiting for the call. I mean, that's what we told. And I think that's why I've been sitting on the shelf so long right now, is because we need a fight that makes sense. I thought the Fedor fight was going to be the one that made sense, but Mitrione got that fight. So right now, it's kind of twiddling my thumbs, kind of waiting until the next fight comes. It's either a title fight or a big name fight. Those are the only two that I'm waiting for.
And in the Bellator heavyweight division, for you, what are the big name alternatives to Fedor Emelianenko?
There's none. There's just him. Everyone else is just fighters. I mean, there's tough fighters in there, but as far as a big name fight that actually makes sense for me, the fans are going to buy and want to see, I think right now it's that one.
And with the unfortunate withdrawal of Mitrione recently, are you willing to put your name in the hat to be to welcome Fedor to Bellator?
Already did. But I think they're kind of obligated to get that fight to Mitrione, just because. I mean, it was an unfortunate situation with him not being able to fight that time. So I don't think they're going to pull it completely away from him because of that. I think they're going to still give him that fight, and then after that fight, I'll be sitting there kind of waiting, cheering. Hopefully that happens. So we'll see.
And thinking forward, thinking to potentially you appearing on the Bellator London card, how would it feel to compete in front of British fans for the first time as a mixed martial artist as opposed to a professional wrestler?
I think it's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be insane because just when I did it for wrestling, it was insane. And I think the fans really embraced me, and the fans are great wrestling fans out here. So I think it's just going to make the show that much better, just to bring all the wrestling fans and all the MMA fans together in one building. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a sellout. I think it's going to be just an incredible event. And then, damn, I mean, the main event is just sick. It's just ridiculous. But then you guys have your superstar MVP up there also. So between the main event being ridiculously insane, and then MVP coming out and doing his stuff with Derek Anderson, I think me jumping on the card was just kind of icing on the cake, and I think that just kind of made the card.
And in terms of Bellator's ever-growing popularity, especially in the UK, especially given the recent announcement of the UFC card, have you noticed the growth of the promotion that you work for in terms of its popularity in recent times?
Oh yeah, I was with Strikeforce when Scott was part of Strikeforce, and I saw this thing just like explode in front of my face. And then when Scott came over to Bellator, everybody asked me the same questions. What do you think is going to happen when Scott comes? I said, man, I think it's going to be enormous. I said, I'm going to sit back, strap myself in, and go for the ride. I mean, I don't think we would have had the fights that we had and the fighters that we had without Scott. I mean, to bring this fight together with Jorge and Paul is a sick fight. To bring some of the UFC guys that have switched over, the Josh Thompsons, Koscheck's, everybody that's been coming over, Paul, Phil, and everyone else is keep coming over. I think a lot of people have so much respect for Scott that they're gonna really understand that this is where where the fighters are taken care of, and this is where the fighters want to be. So I think a lot of crossover is going to happen.
Briefly, just touch upon the initial stigma attached to you being a professional wrestler, making the transition to a mixed martial artist, and how you overcame that.
I embrace the love and I embrace the hate. You know, there's a lot of people, but I think people understand a little bit more with me because I didn't just jump. At the beginning of my career, I jumped into a bigger promotion pretty quick, and I stayed there and I wasn't ready. I don't think I was ready, but afterwards I kind of took a step back and I worked a lot of smaller promotions. I got a lot of fights under my belt, 17 fights right now. So I think a lot of the fans are just saying, okay, Bobby is a martial arts that wrestles, as opposed to a professional wrestler that's trying mixed martial arts.